Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Friday. I hope you had a great week. I had a good week. It was a really good week. Craig decided to stay home from work. It's his birthday week. So yeah, he wanted to spend some time at home and get some projects done. And so him and I have been running around all week. It's been really, really quite nice. He rarely takes time off of work. So it's really kind of nice to be able to spend some time, just him and I, without Stella. She's been at school this week, so she's been a little jealous, but that's fine. She'll get over it. Anyway, yeah, so we've just been celebrating Craig all week and getting stuff done around the house. It's been fantastic. I really love doing stuff like this from time to time. I don't know. I'm kind of one of those practical people. Like, I don't necessarily always need like a huge vacation or getaway to feel like I need to recharge. Sometimes it's just focusing on taking care of the house, just Craig and I spending time together without him, you know, constantly having to take work calls and things like that. So it's been a really great week, and he turned 41, and I don't know, he's such a great guy. I feel really, really blessed to have found him, and yeah, he's my best friend. So happy birthday to Craig. I have my Friday favorites and flops. So I'm going to be sharing these. I will of course be putting links in the description box below this video. Before we get into the video, very quickly, if you see that my lips are swollen, if you see some bruising, I did have my lip filler touched up. I never want you guys to think that something dramatic that changes in my face is because of like an at-home device or skincare. Here's the thing, there is nothing that is going to give you the look of lip filler without going and getting actual lip filler. I mean, yes, lip plumpers can be nice, but those are very temporary. Yeah, so I do get lip filler. I've never made that a secret. I am not advocating that everyone should do this. If this is something that you want to do, I say go for it. I really like it for myself, but I also understand that people don't like it. And so yeah, if you don't like it, it would be great if you could not share those thoughts, because I don't care. I'm gonna keep doing it because I like it. She did not even put the whole syringe that I purchased in there because we didn't need it. I don't want huge lips. I just want them to look like my lips did more when I was in my 20s versus my 40s, my mid 40s, which is where I'm at right now. So the rest of the filler that we did not use in my lip, she stuck right here in this little fold on the side of my nose. I am starting to experience that whole aging, like fat loss in the face situation. And that's okay. I actually have had quite a bit of fat in my face for most of my life, so I'm kind of enjoying a little bit of that fat loss, but also it can definitely make you look a lot older. So she was like, hey, we have it, let's just stick it in there. And she kind of filled this out a little bit more. It's still quite swollen. It was not a lot of filler, you guys. One syringe is not a lot. and if you get filler, you know that, but if you don't, you're probably like, whoa, it's not a lot. Just know that. She didn't do any on this side because it's fine. There's not as much fat loss over here. So the bruise that you see is from the cannula going in there to place the filler up in that area. It's gonna go away. The swelling will go down. By next week, I will look normal again, and hopefully you won't necessarily know that I did anything. I never wanna look crazy. I never wanna look overdone. That is not a look that I like, personally. If that is a look that you like, I think that's great. You do you, right? Like, that's always my philosophy here is I like sharing what I do to give you guys my experience, but I never want to pressure anyone to do any of this stuff because it's a very personal decision, and you need to do what's right for you. So, and that is what I do for me. I do what is right for me. All right, you guys, let's get into the favorites. Like I said, there's only a few things today. We're gonna start with my perfume pick of the week, and it's a Dossier. I've been a Dossier ambassador for probably over a year at this point. I love their fragrances. I have many of them in my collection. A couple of my holy grails are their dupes of Maison Margiela by the Fireplace, which I mentioned in Monday's top fall perfume picks video that I did. That's not what I think I had a better title for it than that, but I'll link it down below if you missed it. And then also their Baccarat Rouge 540 dupe, to Ambery Saffron. Yeah, so spot on. Now today I have for you Woody Freesia. That is a dupe for this bad boy. I have loved Armani C for many years. Typically don't mention it because Armani is not cruelty-free. And I do try my best to promote cruelty-free brands here on my channel, just because I think when it comes to frivolous stuff like makeup and skincare, if you can purchase from a cruelty-free company as opposed to one that is not, if that is something that is important to you, then I would say do that. You know, like, let's do away with animal testing. I don't think there's any need for it. So Dossier, 100% cruelty-free. Armani, not. However, that being said, I friggin' love this fragrance. This was, I think, a gift from Craig a few years ago, so I am at the end of the line here with this one, obviously. I love this. This is just the original. Since this one has come out, they've done, you know, a few different versions of it, but the original to me is still my favorite. This is very warm. There is quite a bit of patchouli in this, which I happen to love. I know patchouli isn't for everyone, but I love it. This is warm, cozy. This is a fantastic option for fall and winter. It's a beautiful scent, you guys. It's got some gorgeous floral notes in it, but this smells extremely similar. There are a couple of very slight differences that I will point out, because I do think for the most part, Dossier, the vast majority of the time, spot on to my nose. You would have to be a detective for most of these fragrances to be able to like spot like major differences. Now there are some that I've gotten where I'm like, it's not exactly, but it smells really close, and just in its own right, the Dossier fragrance is a great fragrance on its own. So that being said, if you're looking for a very similar vibe, you are looking for a cruelty-free option, check out Dossier. They have a lot of really great options. They offer both men's and women's fragrances. They offer unisex fragrances. And quite frankly, all fragrances can be unisex. Wear what you like. Like if you are a man and you want to wear the Woody Freesia, you should do that. Doesn't matter, right? Like, just if you want to smell like $1,000,000, you should wear this. I love this one. Here's the differences that I spot between the two though. So I'm gonna go over the fragrance notes here first. When you order from Dossier, you get your product in a really nice box, and it always comes with this little information card here. This gives you the concentration of the perfume, obviously what it is inspired by, because Dossier does fragrances that are inspired by high-end designer fragrances. And then it also tells you if what to do if you get a fragrance that you don't like, or if it doesn't jive with your body chemistry. The return information is listed right down here, so you can return, you can exchange, whatever floats your boat. They're fantastic to work with. Highly recommend Dossier. All right, our top notes here are Freesia, blackcurrant, and strawberry. The middle notes are rose, jasmine, and peach. Do not let that rose scare you off. It's not like a super old-fashioned rose. It's more of a modern rose, like the type of rose that you would get in the Stella McCartney. Just beautiful. Rose done incredibly well. Your base notes are patchouli. I love patchouli. If you don't like patchouli, this is not going to be the fragrance for you, but it is not dirty hippie patchouli. It's nicer, more refined, more sophisticated patchouli. There you go. You're not going to smell like you just got out of, I don't know, Woodstock, downtown Olympia, I don't know. Vanilla, blonde woods, and musk. So those are your base notes here. The differences between the two. So I actually have the, let me move these back here. I have the Armani on this wrist. I have the Woody Freesia on this wrist. Man, now that they've dried down, they actually smell quite a bit more similar. So what I noticed when I first spray them is that right off the bat, the Armani C is just slightly warmer. It's almost like the Armani has like a touch of amber in it. It just gives that beautiful warmth and kind of coziness to the fragrance. This, I think I noticed the florals a little bit more first, but now that it's dried down for about 15 minutes or so, they're actually quite similar. I do think that they could have put a touch more of the patchouli into the woody freesia, but other than that, the floral notes are spot on. The peach and the black currant is spot on. So is that strawberry that's in here, and that muskiness. I do think that they share the exact same muskiness. It's just, they're both beautiful fragrances just in their own right, but they are incredibly similar. If you have the woody freesia, will you let me know what your thoughts are? Does it smell pretty spot on to the Armani C? I've loved this one for a really long time. I think it's a beautiful fragrance, but I would much rather support a cruelty-free company myself at this point, and this is going to be a fantastic alternative for me, and I'm so excited that I have it. And I will continue to finish this up, and then once I retire it, I don't know, I'll probably keep the bottle just because I'm sentimental. This was a gift. So yeah, lovely fragrance. However, if you've never smelled the Armani C, definitely worth checking out. It'll definitely give you an idea of what this smells like. So yeah, I will put the information for Dossier in the description box below this video. Like I said, go check them out. They have a ton of fragrances on their website. They have them listed by men's, women's, unisex. If you are looking for a fragrance that you and your partner can share, check out maybe some of the unisex fragrances. But you know what? If you're a man and you want to wear woody freesia, you should wear woody freesia. Do whatever you want. Do what makes you happy. That's what I do. That's all there is to life, right? Like, you just gotta try to figure out what makes you happy and do that. And also be a kind person. I feel like that should go without having to say that, but yeah, I don't know. In this world right now, man, I see a lot of nastiness. And I hate it. I hate that. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's talk about other frivolous, unimportant things like this Grow Gorgeous Intense Thickening Spray. First of all, this has quite a strong fragrance. If you don't like strong fragrance in your hair care, I would avoid the Grow Gorgeous line because they really like their fragrance. Works well for me, but if you're sensitive to that, I would avoid this line. This Intense Thickening Spray is fabulous because, one, I can spray it from root to tip and not have crunchy or dry hair. This is all that I have in my hair today as a thickening product, and I feel like it gives me a really nice, slightly more voluminous look. I guess I shouldn't say this is all that I have in my hair. I do have my Orbe Hair Alchemy serum. I think it's Hair Alchemy. It's the one in the yellow bottle. Yeah, I have that as my leave-in because I do blow dry my hair. Obviously, I need to protect my hair while I'm blow drying it. But that's all that I have in my hair besides this. Yeah, this is fabulous, you guys. I just think that this gives a good amount of thickening and volumizing to my hair. It doesn't feel crunchy. Like, I can run my fingers through it and it still looks great. This is fantastic. If you've never tried it, I would definitely suggest checking it out, especially if you, like me, have fine, thin, baby hair that wants to be glued to your head. When I don't put anything in my hair, you guys, it is just like just flat. Not awful, but just very flat and wispy and kind of fly away. I don't know. I guess I got lucky. When my hair transitioned to gray, it never got coarse. This is still the same texture that I had with my blonde hair back in the day. The gray hair did not change the texture of my hair at all. Sometimes I wish it did because I would maybe have a little bit more oomph to my hair, but no such luck here. Anyway, check this out if you're interested. Okay, I've been using a new hydrator at the end of my evening skincare routine. This is the Derma E Ultra Hydrating Dewy Skin Serum. This has hyaluronic acid, squalane, and green tea. The squalane that's in here is olive derived, so it's vegan squalane. Green tea is a fantastic antioxidant. You guys know how I feel about green tea, and hyaluronic acid is always wonderful for attracting moisture to the skin and binding it to the skin. This is a really nice hydrator, and it's also a huge, it's 2 ounces, so it's quite a good size. I have really enjoyed pretty much everything that I've ever tried from Derma E. I think they're a wonderful, more affordable skincare line. And typically when I'm looking to test out affordable skincare products, I go to this line because they've always been so reliable for me. Their microdermabrasion scrub is in my shower right now. I use that once a week, once every other week. I don't always feel like I need it, but I love that product. They have fantastic stuff. If you've never checked them out, you really should. Derma E is available obviously through their website, as well as Ulta. Ulta carries a number of their products. But yeah, I've been using this at the end of my skincare routine as my moisturizer. And this really is fantastic for my oily skin type because I feel like it absorbs very quickly into the skin. I could certainly use this as a moisturizer in the morning as well, but I do use my collagen capsules from Droplet in the morning, so I don't feel the need for an additional moisturizer. But I totally could use this in the morning because it doesn't stay like on top of the skin. It really does soak into the skin, and it's a wonderful surge of moisture. And then obviously having those antioxidants from the green tea and that squalane in there is going to provide some great hydration. Squalane really mimics your skin's natural oils the best out of all of the oils. It certainly has worked the best for my skin. In the past, I've really liked marula oil. I've really liked, what's the other one? What's the drunk elephant? Is that marula? Yeah, that's drunk elephant, the marula oil. Maracuja, there we go. There's cacao oil. There's a ton of different oils on the market, right? But the squalane oil, when I tried that, it really did absorb the most readily into my skin, whereas the other ones would kind of stay on top of the skin a little bit more. Wasn't always a bad thing, especially at the end of a, you know, skincare routine in the evening. I wouldn't care if my skin looked just a little bit more greasy because I was just going to bed. But that being said, it is nice when things absorb into the skin, and this does. Definitely worth checking out. If you're in the market for a new hydrator, you should check this one out. Okay, I actually just brought this in to put into my empties, but I might as well mention it as a favorite because it just is. I actually got to sit in on a masterclass with Pharmacy. I'm a Pharmacy partner, so I do have a discount code with them for their website. If you want to purchase anything from their website, you can get 20% off. I'll put the information down below. You don't have to use it. I don't care. It's up to you. But anyway, so I sat in on a masterclass with them, and one of the products that they focused on was really talking about the Green Clean and why it works as well as it does. It's just a really fantastic makeup removing balm. This has moringa in it as well as papaya. It breaks down the dirt, the oil, the SPF, everything that you have on your skin at the end of the day beautifully. It doesn't take much. For this huge tub that I have here, by the way, there's another one already at my bathroom sink because there's usually always a backup of this in my skincare staff. But yeah, like when you use this, you just use a small amount, you emulsify it between your hands to warm it up, spread it out, and then you just rub it onto your dry face. No wet face, just dry. Start working it. This removes mascara beautifully. This never burns or stings my eyes. Once you've worked it into your skin for a couple minutes, take a little bit of water and then you get kind of a milky texture. Do another like minute or so of rubbing that in, wash your face, it's gone. Like everything is gone. And then you can go in with your second cleanse. I love this product, and during that little masterclass, they actually told us there is one of these sold every 15 seconds worldwide. Like this is a super popular product for a reason. It's fabulous. Highly, highly recommend. And then the last thing that I want to share with you guys today. So I got a Sephora order. I was a little miffed with Sephora because they did not include the lipstick that I ordered. So that was a little bit annoying. Natasha Denona came out with a new collection. So the eyeshadow palette, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to have this. So earlier this week, I actually recorded a chit chat get ready with me, but for whatever reason, the audio sounded really weird. I am still trying to figure this camera out, you guys. I really love the quality of it, but sometimes I apparently push a button or something and it screws things up. That video did not turn out. If you guys are interested in me redoing that video of applying this new palette to my eyes, let me know. I can probably redo it next week. but this is the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. So this My Dream collection launched, I purchased mine at Sephora. You can also get it, I think, at Beautylish. I don't know, I'll figure it out where it is and I'll link it down below. But I picked up the palette. I also got the lipstick. The lipstick, I don't know what happened, just didn't make it into my box. The lipstick is now sold out at Sephora. It's supposed to come back in stock, so don't worry, never fear. She'll be back. But you guys, this palette, ooh, look at it. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, the pictures on the Sephora website do not do this justice. I'm wearing this palette on my eyes today. I've played with a number of these colors. Per usual, there is one that does not speak to me. It's okay. Usually there's always one shade in the palette. For me, it's this intervention shade. It's very orange. Here, let's do a swatch of it. It's very, very, very orange. And me with my gray hair, I don't know. I don't think I look the best in orange. So yeah, I will say the Natasha Denona eyeshadow formula is very pigmented, very easy to work with, lasts all day, but she's a little more powdery. There's some fallout from these shadows. I'm okay with that because I wear powder foundation, so I just brush it away. But if you don't like fallout at all, I would stay away from this because I did get some just right here. But these are beautiful colors, you guys, and this is actually quite a beautiful fall palette. So I did not need another eyeshadow palette. I'm sure someone will point that out. I know that. And you have not seen me purchase very many eyeshadow palettes at all in the last couple of years because I've really been trying to like refrain from doing that. Don't get me wrong. I look at every single eyeshadow palette that comes out and I think, oh, I really want it. But only when I really feel drawn to something will I pick it up at this point, and I was drawn to this. This is a fabulous collection from her. The lip products in the line, it looks like the perfect nude. I cannot wait to get my hands on the lipstick. If you're interested in the palette, I think it's worth checking out. If you're in the market, again, no pressure. All right, you guys. That's what I have for you today. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Let me know if you have any questions. Check out the description box below this video. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.